Hi guys, it's Tamara, the Judeo-Christian medium. I'm making a special impromptu video. Please, as usual, don't mind my appearance. I had a very busy day. I'm very tired. My allergies are acting up. I'm wearing my New York Yankees hat to honor my very special guest, Mrs. Barbara Maier Gustern. Yay! Oh my gosh, you guys. So this is big. Barbara is here. Barbara recently passed at 87 years old in Manhattan. I will tell you about that. But I also want to tell you guys, my spiritual team is here. This is very, very big, guys. They are here to discuss spiritual warfare, what happened to Barbara. Let me introduce everyone that's here. God is assisting. God is here. Jesus, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Eric Medhus. And also I want to tell you guys, okay, so Jesus represents the Pleaidians. Archangel Michael represents the tall whites. Archangel Metatron represents the Arcturians. Archangel Eric Medhus is here. He's a mixture, but he's heavy Pleiadian. His mom has a channel here on YouTube called Channeling Eric. Eric is the archangel that assists me in talking to people who have passed, like Barbara. And you'll see a theme in my videos. Sorry for the camera work. I'm holding my camera. You'll see a theme in my videos of 99.9% of the people I channel are galactic. Most of them have not most, but a lot of them have been taken out. You'll see these themes. Barbara was taken out. That's why everyone is here. So let's continue on. Archangel Eric Medhus, Archangel Gabriel, Mother Mary, Father Joseph. All the archangels are here. I want to make note of Sandalphon, who is a tall white. Gabriel is a mixture. Raphael is here. Please, guys, pray to Raphael if you have any health issues. Jophiel is here. Please pray to Archangel Jophiel. She will help you if you are, she's very key today because Barbara Maier was a beloved music teacher in New York City, and Archangel Jophiel represents the star and Arcturians. So please, guys, pray to her if you have talent and you would like to get to the next level. I also have Archangel Azrael here, who will help with any sort of lawsuits, taxes, Okay, they're saying keep going because I have a lot of people here. And this is the first time, guys, I have the Greek gods here. And they've been talking to me all day. And I think this is because this is a very big event right now, and they represent the theater. So they are here. Barbara was big in the theater, and Barbara is being assisted by Prince and David Bowie. So they're both here. And I just feel so undeserving with my hat and everything. They're like, don't worry about it. They understand I've been very busy. So, okay, let's get back to, yes, let me welcome Mr. David Bowie, and he is here as Ziggy Stardust. And also letting you know Robin Williams is here. Robin is always here. He's represents Archangel Metatron, and he's like, don't take me for granted. I don't, Robin, I love you. And Prince is here. I've been listening to Prince all day long. It's just their energy. I hope I can sleep tonight, guys. Their energy is just so crazy. So this is huge. This is one of the biggest readings I've done. And the amount of energy I'm feeling right now is kind of nuts. Please forgive me if I seem kind of wacky. So before we get started with Barbara, everyone would like to say, like, why are they here? Well, as many of you know, we are experiencing spiritual warfare. Please forgive me for closing my eyes. I'm talking to them. And they want me to remind you of some of their important goals, being their number one goal is to save the little people. That's why they're talking to all of us mediums. They want us to save the little people. Who are the little people? They are people who are new on the planet. They want the buck to stop here. They want to stop. I have to watch my words. I can't use the C word. I'm going to call them little people. I can't use the A word. I'm going to say mistreated. But that is right now their number one goal. Number two goal is, well, they're saying like, okay, don't put it in order. Another strong goal is to save the planet. We have Mother Mary here, who is Mother Earth, who is also Mother Teresa, from the same energy. So you can see, guys, I'm American, and our political system is divided, and you can see that those are two strong issues from both, one from each camp. So this is not about what political camp I'm a part of. This is coming from spirit. These are issues that they are working on. And also many, many star seeds are being taken out. And that's why they're here. And that's why they're here so strongly. And they want to stop this. And also they want star seeds to be able to fulfill their prophecy, their journeys, their talents. the spiritual warfare that's going on here is definitely the reptilian energy, the darker reptilian energy is overshadowing and preventing starseeds from reaching their highest potential. So those are two big reasons why they're here, and we'll just leave it at that for right now. Let's move on to Mrs. Barbara Maier Gustern. Barbara was taken out in Manhattan at 87 years old. She was born February 10th, 1935 in Boonville, Indiana. And she was taken out, pushed down to the ground on March 15th, 2022 in Manhattan. I am so connected to this, guys. So Barbara is a mixture like I am. She's Pleaidian, a tall white, and Arcturian. She has heavier tall white and Arcturian than I do. I'm heavier Pleaidian, but we have a very tight connection. And the reason that Mr. Ziggy Stardust is here is he's a mixture of everyone too. He's actually a stronger tall white and Arcturian. And Prince is here, and Prince has heavier Pleiadian and Arcturian, but is also a mixture. Okay, so also, Barbara was very motherly, and she embodies the spirit of Mother Mary. She's in that soul group. So who was Barbara? She was a beloved American vocal coach and singer. I'm reading too, guys. I did automatic writing, which is a form of mediumship. So she had very famous students. One of her students was Blondie, so you can listen to her music if you'd like. You can look her up on Wikipedia, but just many famous singers, mostly Broadway. She worked with Broadway musicals. Whew. And of course she's Jewish. We have that in common. She was she was obviously a singer. We don't have that in common, but she was clairaudient, which I am. And let's see. She was a singer and a dancer, a performer in her own right. And then she started teaching at 40, but she did all of that in New York. She met her husband that way. She worked with her husband, and she really wanted to emphasize, guys, that she started teaching at 40. And I have all these stars here and the Greek gods, and they really want to let you know, guys, it is never too late to do your talent. Now, that being said, one of the misnomers is that, and they've all said this before, and they're all in unison speaking together right now. One of the misnomers is that you can be anything you want to be. That is not true. It's never too late to work on your talent, but make sure that it is your talent. We have so many people trying to be something that they're not. We have reptilians ruling ruling areas that they're not supposed to be ruling. They're not supposed to be ruling politics. They're not supposed to be our political leaders, even our top business leaders, inventors, and performers. Yes, they can do some of these things, but they're not supposed to be at the top. Not all, but many starseeds have lost their way. And this is a battle cry. This is a big time. And it's time for us to get on board. And they're saying many of us mediums, tarot readers, and such, we're all going to be getting on board and getting on the same page. So, as we talk to the divine, please bear with us. We're getting new messages all the time. We may not all agree on everything, but please look at the big picture. Look at the big things that we're talking about. Use your own intuition. Cut us some slack if we make some mistakes here and there. And also, my spiritual team wants to let you know, as always, we have free will, so they can tell me things that are going to happen, but they can only tell me what people's intentions are and what the probable outcome is. We've got a lot of live wires and wild cards, and there is a very heavy dark reptilian influence going on right now as the sirens go on. So we are all corruptible, some more easily than others. So bear that in mind as we go along. These are, again, big messages. So let's go back to Miss Barbara Maier. Okay, so she was pushed to the ground outside of her apartment. She was saying there was no one on the sidewalk. She was pushed by Miss 26-year-old Lauren Pazienza. She purposely crossed the street, guys, saw Barbara going to catch a cab, called her the B word, and pushed her to the ground. Barbara said it was the hardest push she's ever received in her life. Spirit and everyone here is telling me that Miss Lauren Pazienza is a dark reptilian, and she is a psychopath. She wanted to push her. That was her intention. They're making no bones about it. No bones about it, guys. Is that a pun? Sorry. They're laughing. They don't take death as seriously as we do. They do, but I don't know. They joke about, they have a dark sense of humor. That's what I'll say. You guys have a dark sense of humor. So Miss Lauren Pazienza, they're saying, has been a lifelong bully. So that was Barbara's biography. You can look her up, like I said, on Wikipedia. So let's go to, I made some notes. Okay. So they want, Spirit right now would like this opportunity. This has been a continuing theme. They want to talk about the 4 influences here on Earth. These are the influences since humans have been created. And so a brief history of that: God got together with the Pleaidians, the Arcturians, the Reptilians, and the Tall Whites to create humanity. So they told me today that they downloaded Harry Potter, and I've told you before, Star Wars is real. That was to describe the spiritual warfare. And Harry Potter is real. So let me go over that. So, you know, we have the 4 houses. It's so funny. I took American theater speech, a class 2-year class with, I won't name her name. She's a famous vocal coach. So today I've been very aware of speaking. And this is, you know, Barbara was a singing coach. So, okay. It all goes together, guys. It's just amazing. So let's go back to Harry Potter. So the houses, I'm sure you're familiar with these. I want to rewatch this. They're saying, yeah, rewatch it. Ravenclaw are the Tall Whites, and they're clapping. Slytherin are the Reptilians. Gryffindor are the Pleaidians. And Hufflepuff are the Arcturians. And sorry, I'm not going to clap for the Reptilians because I don't welcome reptilian energy into my space. I don't channel that. So those are the 4 houses, the 4 schools, which represent the 4 different planetary influences. And I promise you guys, I'm going to go over each one, do like an introductory, because honestly, guys, I'm being introduced to this. So that's how I will relate it to you guys. Okay, so when Barbara first came to me, the first thing that she said was, don't let my death be in vain. Don't let my death be in vain. With everything going on and everything just being a blip on the internet, this was not the news story that it would have been. Now, she's not trying to, like, even though she loved theater and all of that, she's not saying that to be in the limelight, guys. She's saying that because Spirit and her are concerned that life has less meaning, is starting to lose its value. And you know, you can argue over dark times that we've had in the past, but we're slipping backwards. Life is losing value. So she wants to talk a little bit about Lauren Pazienza. And I'm sorry if I go back and forth, guys. It's a lot. I have ADHD. They're nuts. So they're like, thank you. Okay. As I've said, she is a she has dark reptilian energy. So this is so interesting, guys. So during this whole 2020 pandemic, I hung out where Miss Barbara Maier, Miss Barbara Maier lived. It's just an adorable apartment complex. It's in Chelsea, where it's near where Lauren went to school. There's like a courtyard. I used to hang out there because my doctors are near there. It's quiet, it's relatively safe. So Lauren used to hang out there because that's where she went to school at FIT. So it's just mind-blowing how connected I am to this story. So Barbara would like to also say she'd like to take this opportunity to complain about people just abusing Manhattan, People from all 5 boroughs come to Manhattan on the weekends, and how they abuse Manhattan is just by coming in, being like bullies like Lauren, pushing people around, pushing old people around, coming in with their cars, speed racing, honking. Manhattan, New York has always been kind of like rough and tumbly, but it's like out of control. And this is in addition to all of the violent crime. Just the regular folks are acting crazy. And she said the crime, she was upset before she passed about crime, vulgarity, disturbing the peace, overly aggressive. She wasn't feeling safe even before this happened to her. And she finds it to be very sad. First of all, she was not ready to go biologically. She was going to live to be 100. It was not her time. That's a whole rabbit hole. But, she's upset because she's saying that Lauren was envious of people who lived in Manhattan, which was crazy because, they did the math and they said that Lauren's lifestyle where she lived was just as expensive. She could have afforded to live in Manhattan. She just kind of had a chip on her shoulder. She was deeply jealous of others, of their talents. Lauren, their talents and sensitivities. The sensitivities that you have. So, Lauren was strong in her own right and successful, but she was jealous of the sensitivity that comes with the talent. It's like a feedback loop. It's like in order to have talent, and the type of talent that Lauren was jealous of, you need to have a certain amount of sensitivity. So she simultaneously coveted that and rejected it. So Lauren, I talked about this in my last video. Lauren came to this planet with being very attractive, from a wealthy family, a good amount of intelligence. She's reptilian, not a tall white. She wasn't a genius. She was wealthy. She, of course, just becoming negative, wanted more wealth. But anyway, guys, she came here to be an earth angel. She had reached the level of reptilian where she came here with good intentions, and I hope she watches this video. She made an agreement before she came to become an earth angel, and she was given all of the tools. The only thing that happened was she was not disciplined properly, and she unfortunately let a window come in where she sought power, and she seeks power. She's still alive. So she sought and she seeks power, and she's connected to a dark reptilian force. If she had been properly raised and disciplined, and this is not saying like they're saying her parents gave her everything, but she was spoiled and she bullied people growing up, and she was rewarded for that, not disciplined properly. Not that she was never disciplined, but it wasn't, the balance wasn't there where she learned the lesson to stop. She got more rewards, and that's part of this sick system that is rewarding bad behavior. And guys, please, if there's anything you could do starting today, is please don't let Barbara's death be in vain. Don't let our celebrities who have died at the hands of reptilians, don't let it be in vain. And I'm sorry if I sound dramatic. I can't help it. I have the Greek gods here. I have Ziggy Stardust here. Please don't reward bad behavior from this point on. If you want to know how you can help, don't buy bad products. Don't buy bad food. Don't laugh at bad jokes. Don't hang out with people you don't like. Don't tell people something looks good when it doesn't. Don't buy bad fashion. I'm like, don't. I'm sorry if I sound like negative. How could I make this more positive? Buy things that you like. Eat food that's good for you, to your ability to that you can afford it. Hang out with people who lift you up, with people who inspire you. Take classes from people like Barbara, who were really good teachers. I think you guys like catch my drift. It's like an old expression. And Ziggy, is that from you? He's like, yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys catch my drift. And as they're all saying, don't be embarrassed. I'm part of Gen X, the forgotten generation, and they want me to and us to be more proud of that. So if I have any Gen Xers watching, like, Barbara's like, I was a baby boomer. Oh, she's saying, well, she was a silent generation baby boomer. She says it doesn't matter. It's like she felt that she embodied, like, because of her family and heritage, that and they're saying this is also very American, these separations. But she was 87, so but she was very close to her parents. She embodied the like the silent generation and the generation above them and the boomers. So yeah. So anyway, moving on. Okay, so Lauren Pazienza. Why was Lauren so upset that day? Well, like they're saying, oh, the greatest generation. Thank you, Barbara. Sorry, I couldn't move on. Like, there's so many people here. Yeah, she said the greatest generation. Thank you. That's not really what they wanted to talk about, but anyway. So Miss Lauren Pazienza. This is just a great example, guys, of how how we can get go down the wrong path and get corrupted. So she got corrupted by this negative reptilian energy by being a bully, but then she was not following her path. She came here, like I said, to be an earth angel. And one of the big things that she was supposed to do was not her career. First of all, she went to FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology. Now, she did not have talent in that area. And I'm sorry, guys. Life is vast, and we all have our purpose. And they're saying they're tired of us all pussyfooting around this is very important, and we shouldn't feel bad. I'm gonna do a whole video on reptilians, and Harry Potter, that movie explained it really well. Like, people shouldn't feel bad about what they're given. Lauren was given so much, guys. If you look her up, beautiful woman, intelligent. She was not meant to do fashion. That's why she was working at a high-end furniture store doing what are they saying? It's like PR and event planner, and she was okay at that. She didn't really have the diplomacy and the drive for that. What she was meant to do was to be a mom, to be a very strong mom, to be a leader in the community. And she was so unhappy because she wasn't doing what she was meant to do. In our culture right now, if you are a strong woman like Lauren, forgive my glare, if you're a strong woman like Lauren Pazienza, and you come from a wealthy family, and you live in the Northeast, and so her whole the whole deal, what she was pushed to do and told to do was go into Manhattan and become, go into fashion and become a famous designer. Not everyone's meant to be famous. And this not only destroys her life, but the lives of others. It can take, we have that whole scandal we had with the kids that out in California who their parents bought their admission into schools. Lori Loughlin. So guys, the tragedy of that is it's taking the education away from somebody else, and we're making it so hard for people to fulfill their destinies. And the people that are in the positions that they shouldn't be, they are just as miserable. Lori Loughlin's daughter did not want to be in college. Laura Pazienza did not enjoy FIT. she did not enjoy working at that furniture store. And this resentment and anger, along with the bullying and along with nobody stopping her, just started to build up inside her. She was becoming like, even though she was only 26, she was becoming the most aggressive Karen that you can imagine. And I hate to use that term because I feel like I'm of Karen age, and I feel like I can't even say boo in the city without people being like, you're a Karen. But she was becoming this. You can see the pictures of her on that last, her last free day. She looks like she's a 50-year-old woman. That anger, that seething of her not doing what she was meant to do. And this is the fault of many, of pushing people because they look a certain way and they come from a certain background, telling like every woman basically like they should be, this hardcore. It's not just, women, in this case, she's a woman, but it's just like, based on your age and where you come from, what you should do. This is just, they're saying, the Greeks, the gods are saying, this is a tragedy. But it is, because it ruined the lives of so many people. This one person's path. So what's happening is there's just so much noise. Like, we have Lauren battling it out at FIT, and all these people, let's just use fashion for instance. Like, it's just so vast. Like, they're saying, compare someone like Lauren, who they say she cheated in college. Not surprising, and many people do that when they're. Cheating it's just a huge indication that you're doing something that is not right for you. Of course, Spirit has nothing against a general education growing up, that you should have a general knowledge of things, and nothing is perfect. But once we get into, actually going to college for something, they're saying it is a tragedy to not have the support and the feedback and the proper mirrors. Like, that's what adults should be giving. Anyway, they're just saying, the system is messed up in that area. So, let's see here. So she had some jealousy. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, she thought she should be a star. Yeah. So the energy is toning down because we were all getting crazy. starseeds are very passionate. Spirit's very passionate. Okay. Barbara said, really, really look at people. Look at your kids. See them. See people. Listen. She was clairaudient. I'm clairaudient. I haven't always been the best listener. I mean, I was actually, but many of us have gotten tired of hearing the BS, so we stopped listening. But her message is for society to listen to people, hear them, see them. If someone had really listened to Lauren when she was a child, they could guide her. And we need to listen and guide the younger generation. Not everyone is meant to be famous or this successful business person or like to go to these schools or live in Manhattan. Like, you know, I live in New York, but it was just like a series of events that happened through my job. It's different than like being like, you know, I've got to live here and do this. And if I don't, you know, it's this tragedy, this I do feel, they feel for Lauren, even though she's, you know, she chose that path. She's only 26 years old and she's so miserable that she chose, guys, she chose to come into the city and see this 87-year-old woman catching a cab and all of her rage inside of her, for all the reasons that I've stated, was to just, you know, walk across the street and push this woman to the ground. And just the callousness, she actually came back to the scene of the crime and watched you know, Lauren being taken care of, Barbara being taken care of, and she didn't come forward and tell what happened. And there was actually, right after it happened, you can see on camera like kind of a smirk on her face. And it's just, it's very sad. And oh, sorry guys, I'm getting emotional. Barbara said, let's talk about fashion again. A little bit lighter. She was really into fashion, you guys. Strangely connected to how Lauren, you can see how everything's connected, how Lauren actually went to FIT. Lauren was actually not talented in fashion, and Barbara was very into fashion. And now they're saying Lauren, like, my spiritual team is a huge fan of Ralph Lauren. Yes, they said I missed that before. They were telling me to compare like Lauren to Ralph Lauren. Like, there was a time where we did actually, we were promoting true fashion designers, not just someone who could afford to go to the school, and people had to prove, you know, it wasn't about manipulating. And again, they really want us to really, really think about the good fashion designers. And they said, unfortunately, because of people not wanting to look privileged or like like hoity-toity, or however you want to put it, that we kind of have thrown the baby out with the bathwater. And talented people in fashion and other artists. They're saying fashion designers, artists, musicians, writers, like people are being, they're not being celebrated. Good work is not being celebrated. And they can understand why this is happening, with this whole liberal movement in the States and minimalism. And again, Mother Mary is here. This came up on Easter. She thanks everyone about being concerned about not wanting the bad labor in other countries, and the dyes running into the oceans, and the waste. And Spirit can appreciate that. We've got to find a happy medium. I was starting to get depressed, and Barbara was getting depressed, like living in the city, and because of the crime, like not being able to wear clothes that you like, and everyone's kind of walking around in big hoodies and yoga pants, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to be comfortable, but it's now become a uniform, like the Trader Joe's bag, the Whole Foods bag, the yoga pants. Everyone looks the same. The big slouchy sweatshirt, the t-shirts, the Uniqlo jackets. Like, there's nothing wrong with this look at all, Spirit is saying. But how long will people go without, like, everyone is starting to look the same. What they're concerned with is this sort of like uniformity, robotic looking and way of being, that people's individuality is being snuffed out. And it's making people miserable, because this is a huge planet. There's a place for everyone. Not everybody, some people are meant to be parents. Some people are meant to be a stay-at-home mom. They said Lauren was meant to be a stay-at-home mom. As of now, they're saying she's probably facing at least 15 years behind bars at this moment. And that could get extended, because she has a temper. Things could happen. They say she will survive being put away. It's a lot. And that's just the energy of the moment. That could change too. It's all being sort of worked out. But Lauren was meant to be a stay-at-home mom, like I said, and a strong part of her community. Now that's going to be missing. Just very strong, like in the PTA and things like that. That's what she was supposed to use, this privilege that she was given. That's what she was supposed to use that for. and they actually feel bad that she was feeling so bad. And of course she would be feeling bad. She's just, you know, getting up and commuting and to a thing that she doesn't like, and they just really want people not to do that, because there are many people who would love to do that, who would be happy to do that. It makes them feel industrious, and that's actually their path. Okay, so I don't want to miss anything. Let me see everything that I've written here. Just one of their big concerns right now, and why, you know, the very first starseed who came to me was Shanann Watts, and you know, she's a perfect, she's here now, she's calming me down. She's a perfect representation of a Pleaidian married to, she's heavy Pleaidian, married to a reptilian. There are many Pleaidian reptilian couples, family members and such. And oh guys, she was the first who came to me, and you know, they keep passing the torch. She's the first person I've channeled for my channel from the other side, and she's passed the torch on. And this is big, like this is important. They're coming through because star seeds are being taken out by reptilians, and it keeps happening. And they're just hoping that there are many people now speaking out about this. And yes, for those wondering, this is, they are the Galactic Federation. You know, there's all different names, but yes, if anyone is looking for confirmation on that, they are the Galactic Federation. They are all in agreement, trying to work on these issues, basically trying to save us, trying to save the planet. And they think it's possible, guys. Things are out of whack right now. These are the issues that they're concerned with. But with people like me, people like you, please guys, please watch other mediums or other people other channels. They don't have to be mediums. They could be tarot readers, intuitives. I'm not really ready to list other channels right now, but I watch, sorry for the camera, I watch all kinds of people. Some people are just, they're star seeds. They may not call themselves star seeds, but you know, some celebrities who are speaking about these issues, I watch them. I watch a lot of, you know, narcissism channels. They're tuned in. They may not say dark reptilian energy, but it's the same thing. I watch a lot of tarot readers, love them. I still will read tarot myself. Right now I'm really going through this mediumship phase. I haven't turned my back on tarot. Okay, they're saying to start to wrap it up. Let me just make sure that I haven't missed anything. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I just want to thank everyone who has come through. And I'm sorry that that happened to you, Barbara. And, you know, she's kind of bowing. We're all bowing to each other. Nice to meet you. It's just hard for me to wrap my head around that, you know, my childhood idols come through, have come through today. David Bowie and Prince, like, to talk to me, it's amazing. But it's not just to talk to me, it's they're star seeds. They want to help. And you know, although I've said everyone is representing, like, you know, when I talked about the archangels representing different influences, you know, most are, yeah, they're all like a mix, but then they have like their heavy influences. Listen to all that honking. Perfect timing, right? Yeah. But I just want to thank God and Jesus, all of the archangels who have come through. Thank you, Eric Medhus, for being my liaison. Thank you, Metatron. He represents the Arcturians, which that's a very strong group that has come through for the theater. Nice to meet you, Greek gods. This is just, this is pretty amazing. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Lauren's higher self. Let's pray for Lauren. And that's something that we can do. It's not forgive and forget. It's not being a doormat, but let's not make this worse. You know, I did say some pretty negative things about her, but let's pray for her. And hopefully she can find her way. Thank you, Shanann. Thank you, Prince. Thank you, David Bowie. Barbara's with her husband. They're bowing. Because of the heavy Arcturian energy, they're all kind of forming like a rainbow. That's the color of Arcturians. Rainbow, orange, red. All right, guys, they're leaving. If you have any questions, I'll answer them in the comments. They're sending their love and peace, and they're asking that you please, in Shakespearean's words, to thine own self be true, with the moments you have left on this planet, to be true to yourself. All right, guys, that's the best, one of the best ways you can serve humanity. Okay, they're sending peace and love. All right.